So another video here for you for one of the cleaning businesses we work with. So in this video, I wanted to take you through, how we structure things in Google Ads, the sorts of results we're getting with this client, and to spend a few minutes on the return on investment calculation. That's super important. What I find with many people that get in touch is that they don't really have a solid idea if they're making money or not. And if they are, how much money as well. So I'll spend a couple of minutes looking at that. Really, if you know what your ROI is, that is going to help with all your marketing channels, whether it's Google Ads or anything else. So with this client, I've just picked out last month's data, so March 24. As you can see here, they're running in Atlanta. They are a residential cleaning business. So, with all the clients that we work with, and we work with between well over 40 cleaning companies across the country, the focus really is in trying to get recurring clients, because that is really where the value is in terms of client acquisition. If these people are paying you $150 every 2 weeks and they stay with you for a year, 2 years, 3 years, that's many thousands of dollars worth of lifetime value. So this is, if you focus on recurring client acquisition and you're picking up recurring clients, you're very likely to be running a very positive ROI campaign. So with this client then, as you can see, in March last month, we spent $1,367, got 107 clicks. And you'll see here, the client's got 27 leads. So the client's running Google LSA as well, but the reason for them getting in touch with us was, as many of you know, in the cleaning industry, the Google LSA lead costs have really gone up. So this client is paying between $60 and $70 for Google LSA leads. So we are bringing in leads at $50, which is around 20% cheaper. So these numbers have really, really changed, even in the last 12 months of running Google Ads and LSA campaigns for our clients. Things have got a lot more expensive, but really, it's important to note that although the leads are not as cheap as they used to be, if you are picking up recurring clients, you're still very, very likely to be getting a really good profit on those leads. And many, particularly early stage cleaning business startups have basically stopped advertising. They've said, oh well, my LSA costs have gone up from getting charged $30 a lead to $50 a lead. We're going to turn that off. Google Ads is similar, and what you find is that the more established cleaning businesses that really understand the metrics of their business and the ROI are still running Google LSA and Google Ads campaigns hard. And what we're finding is that a lot of those startups that have, paused their ads, that has given an opportunity for the more established cleaning companies, particularly in Google Ads, where you can get a real edge against competition to start getting good results. So, $50 a lead may not sound cheap, but, to take you through an extremely simple calculation, let's say that, on the recurring client side, a recurring client pays you $150 twice a month, so $300, and they stay with you for about 18 months. You pay 50% of your revenue to your cleaners, and that leaves around $2,500 in gross profit. So if a typical recurring client joins your business, over the lifetime that they're with you, over that 18 months, they're going to be paying you $2,500. It could be more, could be less. I have some clients where, clients just basically never leave, and the lifetime value can be $5,000, $10,000, even $15,000. But to keep the math simple, let's say it's $2,500. So if the lead cost is $50, and let's say we convert 1 in 5 clients, 1 in 5 leads to the clients, then this $50 is going to turn into a cost of acquisition of $250. So again, it completely depends on your close rate, but I'm just trying to keep the math super simple here. And so let's say the cost to acquire one client is $250. And let's make a further assumption that, out of every 2 clients that we sign on, one of those is recurring. So the cost of acquisition of a new recurring client goes from $250 to $500. So even at that $500 level, which seems very, very high, and actually most of my clients, the cost of acquisition for recurring is much, much lower than that. But even at $500, you can see that we pay $500 for this customer, and that customer is worth $2,500 in lifetime value. That is a 5x return on investment. And this is what many cleaning companies never get to the point. They never really get a solid idea of what their return on investment is. They don't really know their lifetime value. And, I can completely understand that, because obviously businesses that are maybe in their first year don't really have very good visibility in their lifetime values. But, if you're running a good quality made service and your clients are happy, they're going to be staying with you well over a year. It's going to be 18 months, 2 years plus. So you can make an assumption on the lifetime value based on that. So the reason I wanted to just spend a couple of minutes on that point is that even though the lead cost has really gone up, both across Google Ads and LSA, if you're getting recurring clients and those recurring clients are staying with you for a year plus, we're still making an extremely good ROI. And that's what many, many people are missing at the moment. So those business owners that know what their ROI is are staying in and further investing. Obviously, we want to be paying $40 a lead or $30 a lead, but even at $50 a lead, we're still making a really good return on investment. So that's just a quick side, a couple of comments on return on investment and why that's so important. But let's jump straight back into the campaign and just give you, a few minutes on how we're structured, the sorts of search terms we're getting and all that type of thing. So, as I said, $1,367 spent last month. We had 107 clicks. The cost per click is $12.78. I'll show you what types of clicks we're getting, but this is this cost per click is reflective of very high quality keywords. We're not going after keywords that don't convert, and you can see here from this conversion rate that every 4 people that click on our ad, we're getting 1 phone call or 1 online inquiry. And that's very high. Usually I target around 20% or higher with my clients. So this is telling us that we're getting in front of people that are showing a real interest in what we do. And obviously, I would much prefer to be spending our money on a high converting rate keyword than spending much, much less on a keyword that just doesn't convert. So 25% means that 4 people, for every 4 people that click on our ad, we get 1 online inquiry. And as I said, this client is running LSA as well. So Google Ads has given them a further 27 leads this month. But if I click into the search terms here, this will give you a feel of the quality of the searches that we're coming up for at the moment. So as I said, this business is based in Atlanta, and the search terms are the exact string of words that people are typing into Google and our ads showing up for. So I'll give you examples of really great searches and examples of searches that we wanted to add to our negative keyword list. So, cleaning services Atlanta, great one. House cleaning services, cleaning prices, professional cleaning, Atlanta cleaning services. These are all fantastic searches for us, and that is what's going to be driving that high conversion rate. All these people are in the market for a maid service. If we look at some less relevant ones, cleaning services Portland, Oregon, that's someone outside of our location. This will have crept in because someone would have been in Atlanta when they did the search, but maybe for whatever reason they live in Oregon, or they have family there and they're looking outside the location area. So, this location would be something we would add to our negative keyword list. EMJ cleaning looks like a competitor term. Again, we tend to exclude the competitors because the conversion rate tends to be lower on those terms as well. So, if someone types in a competitor search, it's probably because, maybe they've booked service and they're looking to change the timings of this service, or maybe they have a next door neighbor that has recommended that they use that service. There's lots of different reasons people would search for competitors, but generally what that means is that the conversion rate is going to be a lot lower. So we tend to add the competitors as well. But generally what we want to be doing is trying to get as high a percentage of our search terms to be either service or service plus location searches. So a service would be house cleaning services, housekeepers, maid service, cleaning company, any variant of the residential cleaning keyword. Whereas the service plus location is where the location is included as part of the search term. The cleaning services Atlanta, Atlanta cleaning services, maid service near me, anything where there is a location term included in the search term is also a really, really highly converting search for us. So, we've got a pretty good mix here, and it doesn't surprise me looking down this list that we're at that 25% conversion rate. If you're getting a lot lower conversion rate, it's likely to be driven by the search terms report. You're going to be getting lots of different, mix of cleaning related searches. There's obviously, these are examples of people in the market for a cleaning company, but there'll be lots of examples of other cleaning related searches happening every day. Cleaning jobs near me, that's someone looking for work, or how do I clean my bathtub? That's someone wanting to do it themselves. So there's lots and lots of different examples of cleaning related searches, but not all of them are relevant for us. So we want to try and focus our budget and our spend on these types of service or service plus location type keywords, because that's really where people are really in the markets for what we do. So the search terms really drives the performance of the entire account. If we look at the keywords, the keywords are slightly different to the search terms because basically we have something called a match type in here. As you can see, just quickly looking down this list, these are all the different types of variants of residential cleaning that you would expect. Cleaning services near me, cleaning company near me, house cleaning, local house cleaners near me. So we're trying to capture all the different variations of how people search for house cleaning online. It is obviously completely impossible to come up with a completely exhaustive list of how every single person might search for cleaning services. Someone might type in insured cleaning company near me. Someone might type in 5-star rated housekeepers in Atlanta. It's an infinite number of combinations, and this is where the match type comes in, because we by choosing different match types, from the most restrictive, which is exact match, to the most varied, which is broad match, we are allowing Google to put our ad in front of people with variations of this keyword. And this is where, even though these keywords are listed here, we're going to be getting very many more search terms, different types of terms coming up. And that's because we're giving, with this strategy that we use, we're giving Google the ability to show us for variations of these keywords. So you'll see, many exact match, which are the most restricted, the closest to these, in the square brackets. But you'll see here, we also run with some broad match and phrase match. The broad match is us giving Google a huge amount of variety. We're saying Google, yes, show us up for variations of that, and we're happy to come up for that. The reason we can do this, and the reason why we can run this successfully is because of the negative keyword list. So with all the clients I work with, we upload our master negative keyword list. These two between them, coming up to 6,000 negative keywords long. We actually have to split the negative keyword list into two because they're so exhaustive. It only gives us a 5,000 limit for each keyword. So, as many of you will know, I have my own cleaning business. We've been running for 8 or 9 years. I've been running Google Ads pretty much from the start, and we've been running Google Ads campaigns for other cleaning companies for well over the last 5 years or so. So whenever we're reviewing our campaigns for our clients, if we come across a search term that we don't think is relevant, we'll go to the master negative keyword list, 9 times out of 10, it's already there because it's so extensive. But if it's not, we'll add that in. And then any new clients that we start working with, we'll simply upload the master negative keyword list in here. But back to the original point, if we had a very small negative keyword list, we wouldn't be able to run with our broad match strategy very successfully, because the broad match gives us a huge amount of variation, but our negative keyword list gives us sufficient protection from the vast majority of poorer broad match keywords, so that we're only left with a much smaller number of broad match, but they tend to be much higher quality. And the reason we do that is that every single person or cleaning business out there knows the obvious search terms that are going to be really great. Maid service near me, house cleaners near me, maid service in Atlanta. These are all very, very obvious. Anyone that knows if you've got any idea about how Google Ads runs, you will be selecting those keywords to go after. And the way Google prices those keywords is obviously if there's more demand, more competition from those cleaning companies, Google will charge a higher cost per click. It's a demand and supply auction. But where we have the edge is that, as I said, the way that people search for cleaning services online is so varied, it's impossible to come up with that completely exhaustive list. So if we find, for example, by running a broad match, that someone types in insured cleaning services near me, that actually is a really great search. I would not expect anyone to come up with insured cleaning services near me as an explicit keyword. And because people don't see that as an obvious keyword, the cost per click is going to be a lot less. There's going to be fewer cleaning companies who have identified that keyword, bid for that keyword. So it means that we can get charged a lower cost per click. And that is one of the themes that, me and my team, use when we're running these campaigns, is that we're always looking at how people are searching for cleaning services online, and we're always trying to see which are getting us the higher conversion rates, but also the cost of those clicks. Because if we are getting a much lower cost per click because it's a completely undiscovered search term, for example, this insured cleaning service near me, it makes sense to put more money into that area. We'll get more clicks, we'll get more leads, obviously for the budget, and a lower cost per lead as well. So this is just one of the reasons why we run broad match. But 9 times out of 10, if you don't have that extensive negative keyword list, you're going to be wasting an awful lot of money. You'll probably need to stick to more, the more obvious exact match and maybe some phrase match. But we go after broad match as well, because we have that protection from our master negative keyword list. So, as I said, this a client of ours is getting really good results, even on the $50 cost per lead, because they're picking up a good number of recurring clients. Each recurring client, as I said, is worth many thousands of dollars. So we're getting a really good return on investment. The client is tracking the ROI. They realize the value of lifetime value. It's not simply a case of, we picked up this client, how much are they paying us this month? That is not the way to look at it. The way to look at it is look at your lifetime value. And if you can get your head around the lifetime value, you can calculate an ROI, and then you can be that much more certain, with your return on investment and how much money you're making from this. So I hope you found this video helpful. As I said, we run campaigns for well over 40 cleaning companies across the country. So if this is something of interest to you, I'll drop a link to our agency website, Project 83, in the description below. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, hit me with a like and a subscribe. That really, really helps me. But otherwise, in this next video, we'll go through another case study of one of the other cleaning businesses that we work with. We'll go through some of the detail around the structure and how we run the campaign, and hopefully this will just give you further information and will help you as you embark on running your Google Ads campaign. So I hope you found today's video helpful, and I'll see you on the next one.